Hello, it's 8 a.m. I'm waiting in this beautiful parking lot in Ljubljana and waiting for team that is going to be doing the video. They are going to pick me up and we are going to go to Red Bull Ring. I think there's about 3-hour ride, so let's see what's going to happen.
Also wie gesagt,
Ja, wir werden nicht fahren zwischen...
fahren ja, so wie letztens halt.
Ja, sem prav. Ampak se veš, zdaj po toliko letih pol že veš približno kaj iskati.
Hi, Luka Zavicic here. Now, before I start talking about the whole experience, I want to thank Tom Strojnik, who is responsible for all these great shots that you just saw. If you want to check more of this talented filmmaker, check video description. Okay, let's go back to Porsche Taycan and Red Bull Ring. Let me remind you that this was the first time for me where I had the opportunity to drive very fast on the track with such a powerful car. I can honestly say that I was driving very confidently after a few laps. I used very similar acceleration and braking points as well as same driving lines that I'm using in Gran Turismo. Now, of course, I wasn't braking so late with such big speeds as I do in Gran Turismo because the risk was too big, but I can say that I was using the same driving line. The sensitivity of the pedals is definitely different, but I had no problems getting used to them in a very short time. Now that I experienced this kind of driving in real life, I can say that both virtual and real racing have the same intellectual driving skills. And by that I mean, some basic rules that every driver should know on track, such as braking at certain distance before the corner, one of the most famous slow in fast out rule, then a sense of where the limit of the car is, also understanding the characteristics, behavior and settings of the car, consistency, rules of sport in the race, and strategic race planning. Now, the simulator will never be exactly the same thing as real life. To point out three main things that I consider are the most different in real life is that in the simulator you don't feel the physical forces, the sense of speed is pretty much different in front of display, and there's no awareness of damage you can make if you make a mistake. But I think there's a big and important fact about that. I think that in esports competitiveness is bigger than in real life because we can challenge higher limits that would be in real life too risky. So I think times are faster in a game like Gran Turismo than in real life. Not to mention that there are many more players in a certain event than they are in real life. Now that I counted a few things that I consider to be very different between simulator and real life, I want to say that I still think the basic point of both things is very similar or almost the same actually. So once I got used to the car and when the adrenaline got a little bit lower, and the fact that I got used to the G-forces that you feel when driving at such speeds in corner, in the end you think about the same things that you would be thinking when driving a simulator. So that is basically my conclusion when comparing the virtual and realistic experience. For the end of this rough review of my experience, I wanna mention the thing that surprised me the most, and that is the geographical differences that you see in real life and you don't really see in a game because I guess you don't have such a good 3D feeling as you do in a real life. Maybe VR will improve these experiences, but honestly, in my opinion, I still like the normal traditional 2D vision when driving a simulator. That's all from me today. Hope you enjoyed this, and I hope we all learned something from this. Thank you all for watching the video, and especially thank you all for supporting me, because without you I don't think this experience would happen.